Alright, we are good to go. Hello everyone, my name is OneCatSpread, and today I finished building a new Pokemon card deck, so this one will involve the Kleavor VSTAR, as well as some of the Rampardos from Astral Radiance. So I built this deck actually this morning, and I just wanted to do a few practice rounds with it here before I take it to an actual leisure, or just like an actual leisure tournament that's held at my local GameStop. So my local card store, I should say, not GameStop, of course. But all right, so once again, to reiterate, this deck will be involving a Kleavor V-Star, and there's also some Rampardos thrown in there from Astral Radiance. Alright, let's get started. So the Mewtwo pack over here will be the new deck, and then I'm playing it against my Spooky Balloon Decidueye deck that sometimes I play on stream as well. I changed some things in the Decidueye deck, so now we have some Old Cemetery, and then now I have a fourth Driftblim in here, so we have some more Pokemon. Alright, let's get started. So let me just cut these. I already shuffled them doing that thing like that, but let's just cut them a few times to shuffle them a little bit more. And of course I'll be giving a quick rundown on how to actually play the TCG for yourself as well. So first let's get all of those there. Let me cut this more so we can shuffle and randomize it even better. Alrighty. Okay, so now the coin flip, heads are odd numbers and tails are even numbers. Heads, let's say heads, this deck will be going first. So the Rampardos deck, if it lands on a heads or an odd number on the dice, we will go first. We'll be going second. If you go first in the TCG, you can't place a supporter, nor can you attack on your first turn. But if you go second, you could do all those things. You could attack, you could do all those things on your turn. Alright, so let's go and flip a coin. Alright, it looks like it was an even number, so that means this deck here, this is the Spooky Balloon Decidueye deck, will be going second, and our brand new Kleavor V-Star and Rampardos deck will be going first. Alright. So to begin a turn in the TCG, you'll want to draw 7 cards as your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. You want to make sure you have at least one basic Pokemon. So let me see if we have one basic Pokemon. Yes, we do. Alright. You'll usually put those face down, but since I'm trying to make this video as fast as possible, I'm just going to put it face up. If you have any other basic Pokemon, you could put them in the bench, but since we don't, we could go and draw our prize cards now. So you'll need 6 prize cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So here's our 6 prize cards. These will stay face down, and I'm going to put them up there. Let me actually move everything down so we could get it on camera. So these are our prize cards. So those are going to be face down for the remainder of the match, unless a card says to look at them. And the goal of a Pokemon TCG match is to knock out all of your opponent's Pokemon. And each time you knock one out, you take one of your prize cards. So whoever gets all their 6 prize cards first wins. Alright, so let's get our hand on this side. There's our hand of 7. Let's check for basic Pokemon. Alright, we have one basic Pokemon. As you can see in the corner, it says basic. Once again, usually you'd be putting them upside down like this, but since there's a time constraint, let's just speed past that and put them right side up. Alright, now let's get our prize cards for this side. Let me just make sure we have 6 of them. That happened last time where I was playing with 5 each. Okay, looks like we have 6 each there. Okay, we're good to go. So once again, this deck will be going first. That means we can't play a supporter, nor can we attack. But we could draw a card to begin our turn. That's how you begin turns in the TCG. During your turn, you may place 1 energy. You could use as many items as you'd like. You could play a stadium and use abilities. But since we don't have any of those, I don't even have another Pokemon on my bench yet, unfortunately. We could use a Pokemon search item like an Ultra Ball to help find us some of these Pokemon. But since it is just the first turn, I think I am going to go and, let's see. Oh yeah, let's go and do this. I'll use the Ultra Ball, so search my deck for a Pokemon, but I do have to discard 2 cards first. Alright, let's go and discard Bruno and the Rare Candy to look for... Let's look for a... We could put the B-Barrel on there. I think that might be smart to do. We could use the Industrious and Scissors ability if we do that, but I am going to actually look for this Pokemon. This is a Kleavor V, and what you could do with a basic Pokemon, one of the things you could do is you could place them on the bench. You could have up to 5 Pokemon on the bench at any time, so let's go put that Kleavor on the bench. Then we have to go and shuffle our deck because of the Ultra Ball's text. So we're just going to cut it a few times to shuffle it well, hopefully. Alright, that should be good. Alright, let's see now. Alright, so now we could attach an energy. You could only attach 1 energy per turn, unless an ability or an attack tells you otherwise, so keep that in mind. Alright, we can't evolve because both of these Pokemon have to be in play for at least 1 turn until we could evolve them, so since we can't attack anyways, since it's our first turn, we're the player going first, let's go and pass to the next player. So Team Drifloon. Team Drifloon begins their turn by drawing a card. We're going to go and use a Level Ball to look for a Rowlet. I think that would be the best option here. Let's go and find a Rowlet. So, Level Ball, you search your deck for a Pokemon with 90 HP or less. So, let's go and do that. That also means we get to shuffle our deck, which might help us later on too. Alright, I am going to get this Rowlet. Sorry about that, the glare is kind of covering the Level Ball, but it's not too big of a deal because that is just our discard pile, so nothing to worry about there. And that Rowlet is immediately going onto the bench, so I'm going to leave it up there. We could play a supporter if we would like to. I am going to try and play, let's see. We could play a Marnie. So a Marnie is a card that's used in many decks right now. It's a staple in the TCG. Each player shuffles their hand and puts it to the bottom of their deck. If either player put any cards on the bottom of their deck in this way, I draw 5 and the opponent draws 4. Alright, so we'll shuffle our hand like so. We need to remove the Marnie first. So that's our supporter for the turn. We can't play any more supporters. Go like that. Then I draw 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Alright, there we go. Here's our new hand. I'm going to go and put this Drifloon down like that. Could look for an Ultra Ball, but I don't know if I want to do that. Alright. We're going to have to shuffle our hand on this side as well. It's just 3 cards, but you have to go and do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, here's our hand for that side of the board. Alrighty, do we have any energy? Nope, we don't have a way of getting energy either, unfortunately. We could look for another Drifloon. We could look for another Rowlet using this Level Ball, which I might actually go and do. So let's go and find another Drifloon. Hopefully there's another one in our deck. If not, it's in the prize card pile. They might all be in the prize cards, it looks like. Once you memorize like what's in your deck, you could kind of predict where everything is. Like if it's not in your deck and it's not in your hand, it's not in your discard, it's in your prize card. Alright, I am going to shuffle this so we get it randomized all over again. Like so. Okay. Alright, I don't want to do anything else. I don't have any energy to attach, unfortunately, so we're going to go and pass. It's going to go to Team Bidoof. So we draw a card to begin the turn. I'm going to evolve that B-Barrel into... Bidoof into B-Barrel. Sorry about that. That was silly. I'm going to go and... let's see. I'm going to go and place this unidentified fossil down. This is a fossil item, but you play it as if it's a basic Pokemon, so you can put it down on the bench. You just need to find a Cranidos now. So that's going to be my next order of business, is looking for a Cranidos. So we're going to use this Great Ball. We're going to look at the top 7 cards of the deck to look for a Pokemon, and we could put it into our hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 6, 7. Alright, let's see. Look at that, we have a Cranidos. Alright, going to put that there. Oh, wait. I forgot, you can't evolve it yet. Alright, so that unidentified fossil has to be in the game for at least 1 turn until we could use it. So I'm just going to keep that there. I have my Cranidos on standby, which is good, so we're just going to shuffle these back by cutting. Sorry about that. Apologies if it looks blurry, it's trying to counteract the light in my room, which is a bit strange because I've streamed it like this before. I guess the camera's just a little bit messed up. It's trying to get configured. Oops. Let me make sure I still have 6 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, these were prize cards. Alright. Okay, that looks good. Alright, our hand now has the Cranidos. I haven't played my supporter, so I might go and... oh wait, no, I do not want to do that. Never mind. But I will be using the ability for B-Barrel, which is Industrious and Scissors. Once during your turn, you may draw cards until you have 5 cards in your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. I'm going to go and put down this Stone Energy onto the unidentified fossil because it does act like a Pokemon. And I'm going to conclude my turn. I don't have any energy on the B-Barrel to attack, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Alright, next turn for Team Drifloon, we draw a card to begin it. Alrighty, let's see. Judge or Bird Keeper... I'm going to play a Judge. The reason why I'm going to play a Judge is if this was like a real tournament where I'm facing off against someone, they just showed me they have a Cranidos, they put this down, that could be them setting up. So I'm going to prevent that by saying each player shuffles their hand into their deck and draws 4 cards. So I know they have a Cranidos right now in their hand, they won't be able to set it up. So I'm going to shuffle this hand into my deck by doing this. It's like a little magic trick, sleight of hand, but in slow motion, basically. I can't do sleight of hand, it's too fast. I need to learn it someday, so this will be cool if you shuffle using sleight of hand magic tricks, or up-close magic, or whatnot, any of this sort. Alright, let's go and draw 4 new cards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. On this side, we have to do the same thing, so... we have to shuffle these to our deck using sleight of hand at the slowest possible motion. Time setting motion, whatnot. Alright, let's go and draw new cards after I have cut this enough times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Okay, on this side, we've already used our supporter, so we can't use that. I will be putting a Rocky Helmet down on one of these Drifloon, though. So let's go and pick the one that's in the active spot. Let's also use this Fog Crystal. Now this item is becoming a staple because it lets you search your deck for things. You could search for a Psychic Energy or a basic Psychic Pokemon. So let's go and look for one of those special psychic energy known as a horror energy. So let's see if I can find one. I have 2 of them in this deck, so we might be able to find one if we're lucky. There it is. There's one. I'm going to put that on that Drifloon. I forgot to mention the Rocky Helmet is a Pokemon tool. You could only attach 1 Pokemon tool to a Pokemon, but you could attach as many of them during your turn as you'd like. So basically a max of 6, because you have to attach them to Pokemon. It's not an item where you just throw it into the discard pile right after. Alrighty. The Horror Energy has this effect where if the Psychic Pokemon this card is attached to is in the active spot and is damaged by an opponent's attack, put 2 damage counters on the attacking Pokemon. And then we also have the additional 2 damage counters because of that Rocky Helmet. Alrighty, since I don't have... Oh wait, yeah, we could attack. Sorry about that, I was being silly. Let's go and attack, so we have triple spin for 1 Psychic Energy. We have that covered using the Horror Energy. Flip 3 coins, the amount of heads is multiplied by 10. Right. So we have 1 odds. So 1 odd so far. Our last roll is an odd as well, so 2 times 10, that'll be 20 damage onto the B-Barrel. So let me get my damage counter here and do that. Once we attack, our turn ends, so let's go to Team B-Barrel. Team B-Barrel is going to draw a card to begin the turn. Let's put this Cranidos onto the unidentified fossil to evolve it. Sorry about that, kind of shook the camera there. And let's see. Choice belt, no. Unidentified fossil, I guess. And maybe a Manaphy, just in case. So the Manaphy is used usually just to prevent damage to the bench Pokemon, so we could place that down. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, we have 1 more spot, but I think I'm going to... Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's put that on there too. The Mew will be on our bench, but since our table here is a little bit small, I'm just going to put it to the side like so. So it's going to be resting on the Cranidos. On the Mew, we have this ability where you could use Mysterious Tail, and once during your turn, if this Pokemon's in the active, you may look at the top 6 cards of your deck, actually reading it. I'm going to put this back into my hand. So I made a mistake. I thought that was like when it's not in the active, but that's fine. Alright, you could pull it back from the bench. It's not really going to do anything unless it's like mid-turn doing something, so that's fine if you take it back. Alright, I am going to use Industrious Incisors, though, to draw these cards. To draw 3 cards because I have 2 only, so we need a total of 5 in our hand. Let's go and use this Gutsy Pickaxe here. Reveal the top card of your deck. If that card is in a fighting energy, attach it to one of your bench. If it's not a fighting energy, put it into your hand. Alright? It's not a fighting energy, so we're going to put it into our hand. I'm going to go and play an Ultra Ball here. So I'm going to discard both choice belts because this deck where I'm going against doesn't actually have any Pokemon V or anything like that, so we're going to have to discard these. That's fine. And we're going to be looking for, you guessed it, either the Kleavor VSTAR or a Rampardos. There's a Rampardos right there. We're going to put that into our hand because that Cranidos just evolved, so can't evolve another time during the turn. I'll have to wait till next turn to do so. Let's shuffle and cut. Alrighty, we're getting a little bit messy, but that's fine. Actually, this will randomize the cards better. Okay. There's our hand. Don't want to forget attaching then energy to something, so I'm going to attach it to that Cranidos. Alrighty, since we don't have any energy to attack on the B-Barrel, let's go and pass. So it's now Team Drifloon's turn. I'm going to draw a card to begin it. It's a Psychic Energy. I am going to go and attach this to one of the other Drifloon. And then I am going to go and use Professor's Research. This is another staple card seen in a lot of decks. It allows you to discard your hand and draw 7. So you basically get a fresh new hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. 5, 6, 7. Alright. Let's see who we have now. We have another Horror Psychic Energy, but we already attached our energy for the turn, so we can't put that down, unfortunately. We have Agatha, we can't play that yet. We have a Drift Blim, so we could evolve one of our Drifloon. Let's go and evolve that one into Drift Blim. And other than that, let's go and attack using Spooky Balloon. So Spooky Balloon works where it does 50 damage to the opponent's active, and then you get to choose one of the Pokemon on their bench to do a total of 2 damage counters to, so effectively 20 damage. Alright, so we have to put this onto someone. I'd say let's put it onto the Cranidos. And this one will go to 70, because we already had 2 damage counters, we're adding 5, so 70. Alrighty. Alright, next turn for Team B-Barrel. Let's draw a card. It's a Choice Belt. We do get to evolve the Rampardos, though, which is sweet. Alright, we could use Industrious and Scissors to draw 3 cards to get our hand back to 5. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Look at that, right on the money. Let's use a Gutsy Pickaxe to see if this is a Fighting Energy card. No, it isn't. So we're just going to put the Marnie into our hand. We could play the Judge, or we could play Marnie. Let's see. I'd say let's play the Marnie. Let's play Marnie. Or wait, no, let's play Judge. Let's play Judge. Each player shuffles their hand into the deck. I don't want to get rid of the Marnie. That's the reason why I'm playing Judge. And, yeah, that's the other reason. But I already used the Incissor's ability, so I can't use it again, fortunately. Alright. Let's go and shuffle the ones on the other side, too, back into the deck. Let me just pick it up. Might as well. Just go like this. Put some at the beginning, in the back, one in the middle, a few in the middle, I guess. Alright, I'm going to shuffle here, like I did on that side. And we're going to draw 4 cards. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright. This side too, we have to shuffle and then draw 4. One, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Our new decks are here. Let's continue with our turn. Alrighty, we have a Fighting Energy to attach to someone. Let's go and use it on the... Oh shoot. That sleeve got damaged pretty badly. Okay, let's go and attach it to the unidentified fossil. And yeah, let's go, and we already used the Industrious and Scissors, so that means we can't do it. And we'll pass. Alright, Team Drift Blim. Let's go draw a card to begin it. It's another Drift Blim. We have the Horror Energy still. Alright, perfect. Let's go and attach that to there. That Drifloon was already in play for at least one turn, so we could evolve it to the Drift Blim. Let's play a Stadium, which will affect both players. So Old Cemetery. Whenever any player attaches an energy card from their hand to one of their non-psychic Pokemon, put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Alright. We could play a Marnie again. I guess we should. Or let's just drop that down there. The Dartrix from the Rowlet, I should say, not into the Rowlet. The Rowlet evolved into the Dartrix. And let's go and use Marnie. This is the only card I have in my hand right now, so we might as well use it. Alright, so we draw 5 cards. We don't have anything to shuffle back, so we just draw 5 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. The opponent, however, has 3 cards in their hand. We just shuffle these, put them at the bottom of the deck, and draw 4 on their side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alrighty. Here's our new hand. We have an escape rope. I'm not going to do that though. I'm fine where I'm at. Oh, we don't have anything for rare candy. I don't feel like looking for anything using the level ball, so I'm just going to stick with this hand for now, and we're going to go and attack with Spooky Balloon. That is going to give us a KO on the B barrel because 70 plus 50 is 120, and that's going to knock it out. Going to put this into the discard pile. We're going to take one of our prize cards. So now we're in the lead because we have one less prize card than the opponent on Team Driftblim. Alright, so it's an Ultra Ball. This side, let's bring up our next Pokemon. Let's bring up the Rampardos with all of its glory. Let me remove that, we don't need it. Alright, let me just make sure if I have the effect on this energy correct. It takes 20 less damage from the opponent's Pokemon after applying weakness and resistance. Actually, this wouldn't have the damage from Spooky Balloon. I made that mistake, sorry about that. Because the Manaphy's ability, let's go and check it. Wave Veil. Prevent all damage done to your bench Pokemon by attacks of your opponents. So, actually no damage on the bench, so we could just keep that there. Alrighty, so we move that up. Let's begin our turn by drawing a card. It's another Kleavor V. I'm going to go and attach that Kleavor to the bench. 34. Let's put an energy onto it. Alrighty. And there's nothing else I'd like to do, so let's go and attack using Jurassic Hammer. Alright, Jurassic Hammer, let's see this. If your opponent has 3 or fewer cards in their hand, this attack does nothing. Alright, let's see. Do we have 3 or fewer cards in this hand? Nope, we have a total of 6, so that means we are able to use Jurassic Hammer. So this is going to knock out the Driftblim, but we have so many effects on this Driftblim. Let's see what it will do. So we have the Rocky Helmet, that's 2 damage counters on the attacker, and then Horror Energy, that's 2 more damage counters on the attacker. So we get to put 40 damage onto the Rampardos. Let me get this flipped over correctly. There we go. Alright, Team Rampardos, please take a prize card. Now we're tied. And Team Driftblim will bring up their next active Pokemon. Okay. Team Driftblim begins by drawing a card. Let's go and search for, using an Ultra Ball, we're going to go and search for a Hisuian Decidueye. Which things am I going to get rid of? I am going to get rid of a... I should just get rid of the escape rope and one of the energy, I guess. Or another, yeah, let's do that. Energy and rare candy? Yeah, why not? Rare candy. Escape rope might be helpful later, but I think we might just need one of the Decidueye, so. If not, then I made a bad call, but. Alright, so the Decidueye is going to immediately evolve. Actually, I am going to switch out that rare candy. I'm going to swap it out with the escape rope. I was just thinking about something. I only have 1 Dartrix in this deck, so that rare candy will let us bypass the Dartrix if needed, so I'm going to just replace it with an escape rope, and I think we're good now. Alright, I am going to go and to use a level ball to look for another Drifloon in my deck. Let's go and place this one down. Alright, let's shuffle again. A lot of shuffling during this turn. Alrighty. Put those ones on top. There we go. Okay, there's our hand. And let's go and attack using Spooky Balloon, but once again we have a special energy on this that I think prevents damage. This Pokemon that It's attached to the stone energy, takes 20 less damage. Okay, so we're actually going to just be doing 30 to our Rampardos. Oops, let me get it in front of the fossil there. Let's put, yeah, let's put 30 damage onto it, so that's going to kick it up to 70. And then since we have the mana fee, we're not going to do any damage to the bench, unfortunately. There we go. Alright, since we've attacked, it's the next player's turn. Let's draw a card. It's a boss's orders. And we also have an energy down. Let's go and place that onto the Kleavor V. Let's go and look at, yeah, let's do a Great Ball. I'm going to search for a Kleavor VSTAR. Oh, shoot. Wait, I need to burn this card. Sorry about that, I made a mistake. Great Ball is just the top 7 cards. Please don't make my mistake. Alright, we need one more to look at. Okay, is our Kleavor VSTAR here? Oh yeah, it is. Perfect. Alright, let's immediately put that down on that Kleavor to evolve it. Once again, this is the Kleavor that was there since like the beginning of the game, so we're good to evolve it. Alright, now we need to shuffle these back into the deck. Like so, and then I'll cut it once. There we go. Right, here's the rest of our hand. We could use the boss's orders and then get a KO on one of the Drifloon, or we could even get a KO on the Decidueye, which looks very dangerous, which I might actually go and do. Let's go get a KO on that. Oh wait. Oh, do you know what? Let's not do that. My mistake. Let's go. Because if we try and use Jurassic Hammer right now, if I go Boss's Orders, switch into the Decidueye, use Jurassic Hammer, we're going to be hit by a ton of damage, and I don't want to do that. So let's go and instead, let's just use Headbutt Bounce on the Drifblim. We can't use Jurassic Hammer because the opponent has 3 cards in their hand, so it won't do anything. So we just need to use Headbutt Bounce. So that's going to be 60... and actually 60 minus 30, so only 30. There's a weakness and resistance in play, so resistance of fighting minus 30, so we're going to only do 30. And there's a horror energy attached, so this is actually going to kick up to 90. There we go. Alright, since we've attacked, let's go and draw a card on this side to begin Team Drifblim's turn. We have a Dartrix, looks like. Alright. Does this one have any energy attached? Nope. Let's go and attach that energy. I'll go and show you what I mean by... Oh wait, we actually need to put damage counters, don't we, on this thing, because of the old cemetery. Not on that one, just that one. Yeah, alright. Okay, so I'm going to use this Bird Keeper to switch my Drifblim that's in the active with my Decidueye, and I'll show you what I mean by as playing as this person here using the Rampardos deck, I don't want that Decidueye out at all. I want it to either be discarded or I want it to be KO'd. If the opponent did have like 4 cards in their hand instead of 3, I would have been able to KO it and it would have saved me the trouble. But now since I can't do that, I couldn't do that, I just went for the 30 damage on the Drifblim because we couldn't even use that attack. It would have done nothing. But now, since the opponent has that Decidueye and we have 90 damage on it, which is 9 damage counters. Sorry about that. We will be doing something extremely terrible to that Rampardos just in a little bit. So let's go and switch into it using this Bird Keeper as our supporter for the turn. So we switch this active with one of our bench. Okay, the cards are being a little bit mean to me. There we go. Don't forget the damage counters. Alright. And then if we do so, we draw 3 cards because the Bird Keeper's text says so. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I have to burn one of those cards. I looked at it by accident, so I'm going to burn it by putting it at the bottom. Here's our new hand, and we could prevent them from using Jurassic Hammer by discarding some of these cards. So I am going to go and discard, let's see. Ooh. Okay, so I'm going to go and use this Ultra Ball. I'm going to discard a Gloria and a Dartrix. And look for a Rowlet. We just need a Rowlet. So hopefully we have one more Rowlet. Yep, yes we do. Put it on the bench and then shuffle this. You'll see why I'm doing this in a little bit. Since that Rowlet has only been in play for one turn, I still can't do this crazy evolution thing I'm thinking of. So I'm just going to keep it like that for now. But we do have an attack that does damage for free energy. Do you see that bubble here? That bubble means you could use this attack without attaching any energy to that Pokemon. So, we have a Piercing Claw attack. 30 times each damage counter on your opponent's active. So that's going to be 30 times 9. That's 270 damage. Now we have that strong energy, so that's going to factor down to 270. Oh wait, no, 250 damage. That is going to surely KO the Rampardos, and we take a prize card on Team Decidueye. So all those go into there. We take a prize card. It's a Grapejaw Bog. All right, that was epic. Alright, let's go and use the Kleavor VSTAR as our next active. So we have it out right now. Let's draw a card to begin our turn. It's an unidentified fossil. If I go and use Boss's Orders, I'll switch into... could switch into something, but that's not going to really help me. Oh wait, actually, yeah, it will, because then they'll lose one of their Pokemon. Okay, so I'm going to play Boss's Orders. I'm going to switch the Decidueye out with that Rowlet there. So let's go and do that. So I know their Decidueye is powerful, so we're going to kill off another potential Decidueye for them. So let's go and do that. Alright, let me just check if I have enough energy here. One fighting. No, I had... Okay, one fighting. So we need another energy. Sadly, I do not have another energy. Let me see if I have another energy here. Yeah, I should have switched that one in instead. Oh well. We could use Rampaging Star. That's our VSTAR attack. So usually when you fight someone in one of these tournaments, they'll have these markers. Let me get mine out. They have a VSTAR marker, so you flip that over once you use your VSTAR attack. Let's just make sure we have enough Pokemon in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 Pokemon. I'll be doing 150. It's not worth it. It's not, even when we will kill the Rowlet, I don't think it's worth doing the VSTAR right now. So I'm just going to go and pass. We don't have any energy. I just need one more energy to use that top attack and we'll be good. But since we don't, let's go and pass. So it's now Team Rowlet's turn. Let's draw a card to begin it. Alright, let's go and use the Rare Candy. If you have a Stage 2 that evolves from one of the Stage 1s or the basics in play, you could place it down as evolving, so we have another Decidueye on our hands, and we can't attack because if we do use Piercing Claws, it's 30 times 0 damage counters, which is of course Zilch, which is of course 0, so can't attack, so we're going to go and pass. It's going to go to Kleavor VSTAR. We do get a fighting energy, but we will have to put down 2 damage counters because of the old cemetery. We're not a psychic Pokemon, unfortunately. But now we could use Axe Break. That's going to do 120 damage, and it also does 60 to one of the opponent's Pokemon V, but that's fine. We don't have any Pokemon V. That thing is going to take 120, so I'm going to find a giant damage counter that actually has 120 on it. There's one right there. Perfect. So let's go and place that there. Right, next turn, we'll be going to Team Decidueye. Let's draw a card. It's an Agatha, so Agatha is very interesting. It's a supporter. Move up to 3 damage counters from your active Pokemon to your opponent's active. Alright, let's go and use that. So remove 3 damage counters. I'll get this down to 90. Yeah.
Can you get my 5 counters?
Yeah. Right, there's the 3 damage counters transferred over to the Kleavor VSTAR. Okay, so now let's go and use Piercing Claw. So that's 30 times 5, that's 150. Let me just do some quick math. 150 plus 50, that's 200. I think, yeah. Yeah, that's 200. Don't worry, I've taken calculus. Alright, let's just put that there. So we're at 70 HP on that Kleavor VSTAR. Alright, let's draw a card and begin this next turn. It's a rare candy, yada yada yada. Eat my spaghetti. I'll be back in a little bit. I just need to bring something downstairs. Excuse me. Alright, so we are going to be attacking again for that 120, and that's going to be a knockout, but I'll be back in 30 seconds. Alrighty, I am back. Sorry about that. Hopefully it didn't time out. Yes, it didn't. Okay, so we are going to be using Axe Break for the knockout on this Decidueye. And we're going to take our prize card. Alrighty. Perfect. Alright. We got a Radiant Halucha. This side, let's bring out another Pokemon. Let's put this next Decidueye down here. And we'll draw a card to begin our turn. It's a Psychic Energy. Alright, let's go and use Piercing Claw. So that's 30 times 20. So that's 600 damage. Can you believe that? 30 times 15, or 30 times in parentheses 15 plus 5, that's 20. 30 times 20, that's 600 damage onto the Kleavor VSTAR. Amazing. Alright, so since it's a VSTAR, you have a VSTAR rule on it. When your Pokemon VSTAR is knocked out, your opponent takes 2 prize cards. Alright, so this Kleavor is sadly going to go away. And we take 2 prize cards. We have a Zigzagoon and another Decidueye. Look at that. Okay, on this side we're going to bring out a Kleavor V. And we draw a card to begin our turn. First, before I use that Judge, I'm going to put this Radiant Halucha down for the ability, and as well just another Pokemon on the bench. Let's go and use Judge. Each player shuffles their hand into their deck and draws 4. Alrighty, so we're going to shuffle this in. Did you see that 600 damage? I couldn't believe that. This is the highest that has ever done. Piercing Claw. Alright. Now on this side we have to shuffle these into the deck as well. Conveniently there are only 4 cards, so shuffling to the deck will just be cutting it a bunch of times. There we go. Instead of like mixing everything around, putting them in between cards, let's draw 4 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's too many. Alright. Here's our new hand. Before we attack, let's look at it. It looks very similar. Just have that new boss's orders. Alright. Okay, let's go and attack using... Oh wait, let me think. Let me see if I have another way of getting an energy. No, I don't. Shoot. Okay. We have 2 energy, I think, right? Yeah, we only have 2. Okay, it looks like we're just going to have to go and use Cut. Alright, so that's going to just be a measly 40 damage onto the Decidueye. Alright, Team Decidueye, time to draw a card. Grapejaw Bog. We could evolve one of them into Driftblim. This is a Driftblim already, right? Yep. We have an Ultra Ball. We don't really need it, I don't think. Let's go and place that down just in case. We have Grapejaw. We have a Switch. Nope, I am good with those cards being in my hand. Let's go in to use Piercing Claw. That's 30 times 2. That's going to be 60 damage, so this is going to go to 80. Alrighty, we draw a card to begin this side's turn, so we put the Craniodose onto the fossil there to evolve it. Let me make sure that's, yep, that's the one with energy. Perfect. Alright, we could only use Cut again, because we don't have a third energy, unfortunately. But do you know what? Let's go. How about we switch it up? Let's use this Boss's Orders, and we will go into the Rowlet. Let's bring out the Rowlet. Let's switch the opponent with the Rowlet. So they don't have to, they're not going to be doing that Piercing Claw business anytime soon. That's why we switch them out to the Rowlet, and we'll do 40 to the Rowlet because of Cut. Alright. Let's go on this side. Let's draw a card for Team Rowlet. It's a Decidueye. We could use the switch to get the Decidueye back into play. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Oh gosh, this is going to be a knockout again. Decidueye is going nuts. Decidueye here is going, it's just like Gangnam styling on everyone. Alright. That 40 is actually still supposed to be okay. Alright, so let's go and use Piercing Claw. So that's 30 times, look at that number, 8 damage counters. That's gonna be, that's 8, 16, 240 damage, I think. So 240, that's going to kill it. That's going to kill the Kleavor. So we take 2 more prize cards, and with that, we win the game, actually. We won the game. We took 2 prize cards, so Hisuian Decidueye just like nailed this deck really hard. Amazing. Wow, I think I might be just taking the Hisuian Decidueye to the tournament, you know? Because look, Kleavor Craniodose didn't do anything. They just knocked out like 1 Pokemon. They knocked out, actually. They knocked out 2, but yeah. Kind of didn't do anything. Look at that. The Decidueye knocked everyone out. Alrighty, next up, I think we might have time later for one against the Reggie, so I'll be doing the Reggie deck with the Kleavor V. Alright, until then, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this video. And the Kleavor are just going to say hi. I'm just going to show them again. There's the Kleavor that were supposed to be in this deck, but they all got discarded. Or knocked out. Actually knocked out. Alright, so thanks so much for tuning in, and have a good one. Please do something nice for someone. I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much.